Hello everyone, my name is Tamás Dános and this is Stable. The dish I'm making today, it's not more difficult than all the previous dishes what I've made before, usually served on the weekends by our beloved grandparents. And this meal is marha pörkölt nokedlivel. This translates to fire-fanged beef stew with dumplings. So let's get to it. We are making a beef stew, so I'm telling no secret that we will be working with beef and also a lot of fresh vegetables. Tomatoes, paprika, garlic, onions. Also, another important part, the secret ingredient, sweet paprika powder, which is a trademark of Hungary. For the dumplings, we will need no other than flour, some eggs, and some water. The first step is to make the dough of the dumplings. So I will mix the flour with the eggs, whole eggs, and I will start adding water after. After the eggs are in, be generous with the salt because that delivers the flavor. I add 2 to 3 big pinches to it. This dough seems ready, so I can put it aside to rest and I can start to prepare the stew. Let's start with the onions. It's very important to keep your fingers curled so that way you can spare yourself a visit to the emergency room. Making a stew is not that sad as it looks like. After we've cut the onions, we start to braise it in vegetable oil on medium heat. Let's continue chopping up the vegetables. Let's start with the tomato and with the paprika. After our onion is braised, we can continue by adding the rest of the vegetables. After the vegetables are in, we give it a stir and we wait for the tomato and for the paprika to start sweating. Now is the time to add the secret ingredient, sweet paprika powder, which is a trademark of Hungary. Be careful to buy the sweet one, not the hot one. There's two kinds. This, what you make the pörkölt with, is the sweet one. Also, be careful not to work on too high heat because the paprika can burn easily and the whole stew will turn bitter. After the base of our stew is ready, it's time to add salt and pepper. You should use the salt generously. And now, some black pepper. After we added the salt and the pepper, it's time to add the meat itself. Let's add the final two ingredients. The first is the garlic. After the garlic, the last ingredient is the red wine. It's very important to choose a wine that you would drink by itself because a bad wine will remain a bad wine even after you cook it. In Hungary, we are in a very fortunate position regarding wine regions. Just to name a few: Villány, Tokaj, Eger, or the volcanic coast of Lake Balaton. My choice of wine today is a dry Cabernet Franc from Villány. Let's give it a good stir, put the lid on, and let it cook for 1.5 hours on medium heat. The classic Hungarian beef stew is usually made outdoors in a cauldron, but if you're cooking at home, I think the pressure cooker is the best choice. Because of the pressure, it reduces cooking time, but also enhances the flavors. Before you want to open the pressure cooker, it's crucial to let the pressure out because you cannot open it other way. If you want to level up your cooking skills and escape the world of the frozen pizzas, you need to rely on your senses. By the smell, I think we're just on point, so let's taste it. So now I just use all my senses, and I see and I can hear and I can taste and I can smell that this stew is ready. So the last part of this dish, what's not prepared, are the dumplings. While the stew was cooking, the dough had plenty of time to rest. Now let's make our dumplings. I cooked the dumplings for 2 to 3 minutes, so now I strain it. Now we've arrived to the final stage of the meal, the plating. Let's start with the dumplings. Enjoy your meal.